Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today I'm very excited to share with you this 2018 Ural Retro. This Ural is currently showing just over 2,500 original miles, and today we'll go around the motorcycle and the sidecar with a quick condition overview, as well as touching on all of its unique features and add-ons. So the first thing we'll do, a quick walk around, taking a look at the general appearance of this motorcycle. We can see it's finished in this beautiful gloss red, and all across the sidecar and the motorcycle it features beautiful black hand-painted pinstriping. We'll touch on that as we move around. You can see that black and red contrast is also beautifully supported by all of these add-on features, like we can see here at the back of the sidecar, as well as some of the particular options from the factory. So the first of those being the engine itself is powder-coated black, which again supports that beautiful contrast, and you can see it matches the frame and all of its attachments very nicely. Very quickly touching on the engine, it's a 749cc opposed twin, otherwise known as a boxer. Power is delivered through a dual-plate dry clutch into a 4-speed transmission. For ruggedness and reliability's sake, it is a shaft-driven motorcycle, and power is delivered to the rear wheel just there. Neglected to mention 41 horsepower and 42 pound-feet of torque. But moving beyond the engine, we'll start here with the condition on the motorcycle. Looking here at the paint on this rear fender, you can see there is room for either another tractor seat like we have fitted there, or an additional luggage rack. And you'll see we have some extra bits there in the trunk. But it's been neatly covered up just there, but those holes do still exist. You can see on both sides of the rear fender, condition is wonderful, no nicks or issues with the paint whatsoever. Moving a little bit further ahead, seat is in wonderful condition as well, no issues with the materials, no tearing or any major wrinkles. It all looks very nice, and stitching is holding up well also. Looking here at the tank, very, very nice condition, very glossy. You can see only minor imperfections that are expected with regular use and about 2,500 miles. You can see the hand pinstriping there, beautiful finish, no issues on either side of the tank. And also fitted to the tank, you have this beautiful hand shifter. Now that sole purpose is to engage reverse gear, as you can see there, reverse ahead and neutral back. And it's nice to have that right there on the tank as opposed to only a pedal like you'd see on most other bikes without that option. Looking here at the front fender, again, very similar condition, very, very nice paint all the way down, even to the back where it's a bit more exposed to the road debris. And of course that pinstriping looks just the same as we've seen across the rest of the bike. Now quickly looking at the sidecar condition, paint looks absolutely stunning. Beautiful reflective quality just there. Pinstriping starts from a tapered design and comes all the way down to the bottom and back up. And you also see it featured on either side. Presents beautifully. Looking here at the outer fender, again, I always like to show the outer edge of the fender so you can look for any scratches if it were to scuff into anything pulling into the garage. As you can see, no issues to report there. It all looks beautiful. We can see here on the sidecar this rubber step and more of that satin black frame. No issues there. And it also features this nice yellow tinted spotlight, which is controlled just up here on the dashboard. So looking just ahead of the sidecar, we see it's fitted with a front bumper or a crash guard. No issue or damage whatsoever there. It all looks wonderful. We can also see the cover here on the sidecar is free of any tears, wrinkles, or issues. Making our way to the back finally here, we can see one option fitted to this particular bike is the luggage rack there on the trunk and the bumper in the back. You can see no impact damage there, no issues with scratches or scuffs, except for maybe a couple of paint chips just there. The sidecar itself does have its own form of suspension. You can see these little bushings just there. As I move the sidecar, it's able to wiggle freely, so you do get a nice comfortable ride. Looking here at the frame that connects the bike and the sidecar itself, that all looks great as well. Moving on up here to the controls, you'll find all of your controls look great. It's also fitted with these nice sleeves over the grips for a nice comfortable and less vibration in your grip. Mirrors just there, stock original mirrors, and just ahead of you, of course, you have this beautiful windshield, which is in very nice condition as well. I'll waste no time firing it up, let you hear that 749cc engine run, See the needle sweep, odometer counts out, and then shows the current mileage. We are in neutral, so I'll start this up with one hand. You can see very few cranks to start. A nice smooth idle. You don't hear it dipping or revving out to find that nice happy medium. It comes very quickly to a nice smooth idle, and it sounds very good. This bike is up to temperature, so I'll give it a couple of gentle revs. Engine's very, very smooth and responsive, which is what we love to see. Very quickly, I'll touch on this side. You have all of your basic controls, your headlights and turn signals, and your horn, as well as your emergency brake or your parking brake just there on the left, which is great to keep them in place if you're parked on a hill. Making our way back to the trunk. It's a bit of a tricky thing to do with one hand, so I'll reach down here with this hand and open up this latch. Set it back down, there we go. So I've opened this latch, and now I can pick this up. Here in the trunk, you'll find a small box with some extras and goodies like that luggage rack that I mentioned just there, which can be fitted to your fender, and some other, servicing kits and such. And just inside, you'll find an owner's manual, as well as some extra goodies like a tool kit that come with the motorcycle. And I'll drop this right back down and latch the trunk. So next up, I'm going to take off the sidecar cover just here, and we'll go over what's underneath. See you in a moment. All right, so as you can see, I've now opened up the sidecar. Now, this might look a bit odd, but it's a nice way to show how the previous owner cared for this particular motorcycle. The sidecar windshield was stowed away inside that cover, and to protect it from any abrasion from the wind moving the sidecar cover, he actually has this nice custom little kind of sheath that goes over the windshield to keep it in very nice condition. So that's a really nice thing to see, and as you can see, it did its job. The windshield looks great. Just ahead of it here, we also have this nice apron in wonderful condition, that same nice vinyl material that we saw on the sidecar cover. Looking at the seating, you'll find this Ural seat in wonderful shape as well. No issues, stains, or anything of that kind. I love the retro interior here because it has that nice fabric kind of padding there on the sides, whereas on a gear up, you'll usually find it just be bare, undercoated, or painted metal. So it's really nice to see that bit of a luxurious touch on both sides of your sidecar interior. Now you may be wondering what this is ahead of me here. This is actually about 100 pounds of ballast here in the sidecar, because if you're gonna ride a Ural and you have a passenger weighing down the sidecar, it rides very well. Then you get that passenger out of the sidecar and suddenly you can't turn right quite as hard. You can't make, you don't have as much traction as you maybe would expect after riding with a passenger. So this is a great way to keep that sidecar weighed down and really help that bike perform on all 3 points of contact. So it's nice to see that there, and that will remain in the motorcycle. So if you have any further questions related to this beautiful and low mileage Ural Retro, please reference the listing at alphacars.com, and there you will find all of the relevant contact information. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.